Hello Asim, this is my feedback to last week's summary. So let's begin. In the video title, one of the most successful entrepreneurs provides 8 tips for building a business. Okay, very good. Now, yes, you have captured the main idea, but even though the video is very descriptive, we still want to make it argumentative. So force yourself to express the main idea in the first sentence in an argumentative way, because that's what the rubric asks you to do. So even if the video is very descriptive, you can still look for an implied argument. So instead of provide 8 tips, which is very good phrasing, but it doesn't work for the purposes of our summary. We need something like argues that or claims that. And then what would that be? Jeff Bezos, as you said, one of the most successful entrepreneurs, that's fine. Argues that or claims that in order to be successful, future business owners or future entrepreneurs need to follow certain rules or something like that, or argues that the tips he provides to future entrepreneurs are essential for their business success or something like that. So again, we're forcing ourselves to phrase the first sentence just because of the rubric in an argumentative way. And you can actually say that even if there is no specific explicit argument, there's still an argument implied, and so you just try and find that. Okay. The first piece of advice from Jeff Bezos is streamline time management, since time is the most important in research. Okay, that's expressed very clearly. Very good. Here obviously you need a capital according to the speaker. Sure. Finding your calling is an important step to success. Fine. By the third point, why by the third point? This it doesn't work here, that preposition. He claims that a person should be the most useful and necessary for those around him. Sure, but this is a little bit, what does it mean for the person to be necessary and useful? It's a little bit vague, that phrasing. So just try to rephrase it more specifically. Make it a little bit more precise. Thirdly, you can just say thirdly, or another important advice Bezos gives is that, now why a person? Remember, we're talking about management and entrepreneurship, business ownership, those kinds of things. A person is just very vague. People, persons, things, we try to stay away from these words in academic language, because people, let's say in a medical context, are patients. In the context of business, there may be customers or business owners, right? So it's never people. It's usually an owner, a customer, or some kind of a stakeholder, right? So it's good practice to name the stakeholders precisely based on the context. So in a business context, they're going to be customers, entrepreneurs, owners, right? So thirdly, another important advice Bezos gives is that an entrepreneur should try, or a business owner should try, and here you want to phrase it much more precisely, okay? However, without dreams, a person loses motivations, so you need to dream more daringly. Okay, fine. You've expressed it very nicely here. You should dare to dream, dream more daringly. Okay, why not? Without dreams. Sure. Without a dream, I think the singular would work better, because dreams could be any dreams. It could be the dreams you're having at night. So I think the singular. Without a clear vision. Why not? Without a clear vision, a business entrepreneur or an entrepreneur would lose their motivation. So they need. So as a business entrepreneur, you need to dare to dream, or to dream more daringly, as you've said it. Okay, not bad. Moreover, Jeff Bezos claims that you need to strive for progress. Even if something is easy for you, here those commas cannot something. This basically is a comma splice, one of these two. Either here or here you would need a semicolon. I would say here you need a semicolon. Moreover, he claims that you need to strive for progress, semicolon. Even if something is easy for you, you need to try to make it even better. What is this something? Again, we want to be very precise. Persons, things, people. What is this something? Right? So we try to use precise language, precise word choice. Right? Even if a business project, or even if a project is easy for you, you need to make it better. Okay, but sure, but I am so easy and better. I know what you're trying to say. He was talking about don't take the easy way out. You work hard for the success, right? Achieve your success the hard way. Don't shy away from hard work. So here again, you probably wanna rephrase this a little bit. Better again is kind of very general, right? So this word choice is again is a bit too general. We want to be as precise as possible in academic language. Moreover, Jeff Bezos claims that you need to strive for progress, semicolon. Even if, now, let's say what that is easy for you, you need to try and make it what? You need to try to work hard to increase the quality or something like that of the product. You remember we're talking about a business context. He suggests, you don't need a comma here, that, okay, so this should be either plural or singular. You probably want to make it plural, because right now it's neither. It's neither singular nor plural. If it's singular, you would need an article. If it's plural, then let's make it plural. He suggests, no comma, that huge goals, in plural, often scare people. Again, who are these people? Right? We want to be precise. So you need to start with small goals, or divide a big goal into several smaller sub-goals. Okay, fine. Why not? He does say, if you want to start a company, start small, and then let the company expand more naturally on its own as you progress over time. So that's fine. I'll take that. Many entrepreneurs, there we go. So now that specific word choice, it's not people now, it's entrepreneurs, should not try to outflank the competition. Now this is a comma splice. It should be a semicolon or a new sentence. The comma cannot with a comma, basically what we've tried to do, this is a long sentence. This is an independent clause. Many entrepreneurs should not try to outflank the competition. And this is another independent clause. They should try to please customers. The comma cannot combine two independent clauses like that. Either full stop or semicolon. Or the comma can be used if you want to do coordination or subordination to make it a complex sentence. You can do that. The comma can do that. It can combine a subordinate clause, or what is called an independent clause and a dependent clause together, but not two independent clauses. Okay? So if you want to keep it the way it is, you would need a different punctuation. Or you could make it one of the clauses a dependent clause. Many entrepreneurs should not try to find a competition, semicolon. Instead, they should try to please potential customers. Okay, the point you're making is clear though. In conclusion, important to think about. Now here we want to say it is important to think about, right? Because important on its own is just an adjective, it doesn't work. An important thing or an important point to think about is you can do that, but just on its own the adjective doesn't work. If you want to, the adjective either has to be, if you want just to use an adjective, you could say it is important to think about, but you need something. Just on its own it doesn't work. So it's up to you how you want to do it. It is adjective to think about. That's one way to do it. Or an important, an adjective, an important idea or point or concept, whatever, an adjective plus noun, idea, concept, point, advice to think about is that, right? So I have two alternative ways to do that. Whether it will be useful for the future generation and how it will affect them. Again, this is a comma splice. This is what the future should think. Again, this is just repetition, right? You just said that it's an important thing to think about. Comma splice, this is what you should think about, right? So you want to tidy this up, this whole thing. Last sentence to make it more grammatical. Sorry, this is the last sentence. In conclusion, it is important to think about whether, who is it, by the way? Your company, your product, right? This reference can get lost. To think about whether it will be useful for future generation and how it will affect them. Who is it? Your company, your product, again. So the referent is not very clear here. It is important to think about whether your company or your product will be useful for the future generation. And that's it. And how it will affect them. Okay, you can add that if you want to. And you don't need this because it's repetition, plus this is a comma splice, obviously. So a comma, again, just as in the previous case, cannot combine, it can't combine two independent clauses by a comma. But overall, your writing is clear. You've basically summarized a video that's very descriptive. So you summarized it well. The writing is very good. The style is very good. Just a few things here and there, but not much. Overall, this is good. For the final exam, make sure that the first sentence is stated argumentatively and that the conclusion summarizes the whole video, even if it's very difficult to summarize like this one. But overall, good job. Okay, SM, I hope this is helpful to you. From now on, I'll focus my feedback on the evidence paragraphs. Okay, good luck.